Hello, mic check 1 3 4 5 6 7 8 9. I hope everything looks good. I hope my microphone also. You never know. Turning on my bot. Okay, testing 1 2 3 microphone. Sounds good so far. I don't really see any issue here. Maybe probably power. Maybe I have to turn on the high power in my PC as well. Maybe that might fix some changes. Oh, no worries. Looks good. Okay. Let me get my phone ringing. Okay, let me turn on my, what do you call it? Elgato? No, streamer deck. Yes. Okay, that is turned on. My auto rotation is also turned on. I don't know why, for some reason, my authentication goes away every time I have to re-log in again into this stream deck. Okay, looks good so far. We have the chat window open. Closing down unnecessary. Yeah, we are working on the item section today, which we previously left. Let me go to that section, Spendify, front end. We are not really dealing with the backend now. We are only dealing with the front end so far. We can turn on the backend too if needed. I will have it here. And in the readme file, there should be a command to how to run this thing. It is turned on. So let's go to the front end now. Turn on the VS Code. Yep. npm start, that's the command we need to run. That's it. And we don't really need a terminal until something goes wrong. So by far the changes we need is the items. So yeah, we basically give an item for based on the index. Let's say that for a given transaction we have 5 items, so the index of the first one should be 1, then the fifth one should be 5. That's what I'm expecting. That the problem is, what if an item is deleted and then added again? The both will be now having the same IDs. But it should be fine because the IDs are not really represented to the humans. It's only for the data purpose. So if if an item is replacing the older item, then we should not be worried about it. Let me also charge my phone. All right, okay. All items needs to have an item ID, which looks like transaction ID, or yep. Update the existing items to the database. Probably properly have migration logic to update the one in the database and also the new ones. This way we can have proper item management, as in edit and delete. Boom. Okay, coming back to the 1 second, guys. So coming to this screen, there is something which is unsaved, but which one? Alright, let's write some code for setting the item IDs for the existing ones. And inside here, let's try like a migration. I have no idea what this is, but it's okay. Init item ID dot py. So now let's go into our super base. I'm logging into my super base to get my authentication so that I can access the database and play with it. That's the idea. SQL table editor, and now we need to have advisories. 6 warnings. We can deal with that. And then we see authentication, no, integration. And inside that, you have kind of a, yeah, connect. URI based, it's fine. Python, a bit much more complicated. I don't know my database, bro. Use session provider. I do not know direct session provider. Only recommended as an alternate to direct connection when connecting via IPv4 network. Yes. Like we might need to install these. uv add python.env python.env. Okay, this is the package. Is it uv add or uv get? And the other one, what was the other one? I cop. Okay, like this is the one. Downloading. I think it's these are installed. Now we have to just fetch variables, try, close, and exception. That's it. Close. Okay, let's try how this works. And we need a .env file. Do we have it already? Oh, I guess I already have it. Just to see, yeah, nothing. What should we call user? This is where we need to hide it. Hide and get ignored. Token. IENV. Auto clock when. Oh, I have it. Okay. These are the values I have. Wonderful. Then we have to just set the password. I'm not sure where is my password. Try getting my password. Guess I have my password. Let's try pasting it here. But before that, let me open it. It's cloaked. Let's try it now. What am I missing? You in Python install types. Have a type for that? Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I don't know why this keeps turning on. Hey Sujit, hey bro, welcome to this. I was about to feel disappointed that no one came. Then I realized the time is just 9:30, and you people might not have woke up yet. Yeah, still. What's up, bro? UV run. What is the file name? It's in migration. Migration slash bro. I currently are didn't really understand your full message. Maybe you were typing and then accidentally sent it before sending it. Init item id.py. Probably this is not how you run it. Hey, how can I run it, man? Learning full stack, bro. All people are saying pick Gen AI. That's true. That's true. Yeah, go to Gen AI. Why are you coming into full stack? See, you can learn full stack anytime at any point in your life, bro. Gen AI is, if you learn it now, if you can get good with it, you'll have a good career for next 5 years. Start with Gen AI. It's a safest thing to suggest. It's not going anywhere soon. I don't know why it's still trying to. Okay. How can I run the UV? What do you feel? Do you think Gen AI is hard and something like that? That's the reason you're not interested. What my suggestion is, try to get some knowledge before you move on, because just full stack dev is not enough anymore. You need to have some kind of AI in your resume or in your project in somewhere to impress the other person. Try to have something. Oh, I want to run UV run. Yes, UV. Or maybe if I'm already here, CD migration, then Python. What is it called? Python I init.py. Failed to connect. Ding ding ding. Password authentication failed for your Postgres connection. Ding ding ding. Okay. Interesting. Very interesting. I thought that's the password I have. Not the one. I don't know what is the right one. But I want to get a. I saw your message there. I don't think I got it. Oh, I sorry. Until I scroll up and down, I couldn't really get your new messages. Sorry. Bro, I feel full stack is good. If you can be good at it, Gen AI, like almost the top 40%, you're done. You will get a very good job. But I haven't done any machine learning in my entire life, so I don't really know what to suggest in the Gen AI. But if you're talking about full stack, there is a lot of competition in it, and not, mostly there would be another person who is easily replaceable uh, compared to you. So you need to have some kind of AI in your resume. Build something. Doesn't matter which framework you're working on. Full stack is always about a person who knows multiple things. Yeah, they say backend full data. Sorry, backend, front end, database. That's what full stack is. But no, in corporate terms, full stack is a person who is flexible in doing almost everything. So you can be data engineer, not exactly a pure data engineer, but you can deal with that stuff. You can also build webs. You can also do apps. You can also do that one. You can also do this one. There are people who are working in Google who just know Android development. So it's not the main thing that okay, full stack is dying or something like that. That's not completely true. It's just you need to be flexible. Just showcase that you can work in any team. You are flexible to learn new tools. That's it. That's the main thing they would ask. I think you are still in your graduation or student level. I don't think people expect from you much. Just make sure you are confident and quick learner, something like those. If you want to build any project, make sure you have some kind of AI in it. Something, come up with something. There are two super bases. I don't know which one it is. Me this one, please. You know what? Let me open this in a new window. That way I can toggle it to whatever I want without worrying about exposing my keys. Connection successful. Okay, now what I am supposed to do is we gotta create a like an item class. So let's say class or trade data class transaction or transaction. Which one is it? At this point, I don't know. Where is it? Where is it? Right here. Data table editor, transaction. It is transactions. Okay. So it has a self call it ID, user ID, date, ID, user ID, ID, user ID. There is date, there is merchant, there is obviously amount, there is category, there is linked expense ID. I don't really know what that is. Linked expense ID. Where does this come? Created it, updated it, created it, updated it, batch ID. Created it, updated it, batch. I don't know why do I have a batch ID and then comes source type, source. Oh my, source type, source file name. I don't really need all these. So receipt items, the one I need. Okay, receipt items. Is that enough? Okay, so let's remove unnecessary things which are needed. These are needed. Okay, so user ID should be UUID. I don't know how if I can type it. PR. User ID is also, yes, this is also a UUID. Yes, that means these both should be this. For this one too. This is where receipt items changes. It is an array of items. The JSON B, very strange. Your editor is not null. Run, please. The list of dictionaries. Okay. The list of select all. Let's write the same query we are using it here. Okay. Then we should be getting all the transaction execute. Fetch one. What do you mean fetch one? Definition fetch one. I don't know. There is a how can I see the value? What? It's trying. What about the values? Let's go and read the documentation of this. Oh, we don't have anything. Do we have some kind of documentation of how this works? Basic modules, the executions, extras, SQL, manage SQL objects. I mean, how can I execute and connection adapting to new Python syntax to SQL syntax? Typecasting SQL types into Python object. How? You do it, please. Whatever you want to. Okay, so we definitely got all the items. Then I need to update the row, save the values, and insert item underscore ID, which is the index or the count. Starts with 0. Okay, seems reasonable. Set the index and dot comment. Oh, this is not. This is the wrong. This is perfectly fine. There is an error. The items for every row in row. Okay, so that this needs to go this way. There will be receipt item. Not that's not possible. Should be an array of dictionary. Okay, if okay, why is it still complete? Just run it, bro. It's going to work fine. Okay. Let's see if it fixed it or not. Okay, now we have the item IDs. So far, so good. We go to the front end and the backend is done. Uh, so the existing in the backend is done. Now with dealing with the front end. I recall we had like a oh, this is where I think we saw issue. We never had an item ID in the to given a transaction will have receipt items, expense items. This will have an item ID, which is a I don't know if it's a string. It should be a number. Okay. With patience. Sorry. Okay. So it's a number set, and then in the item I'm getting an error something. Oh. Oh, this is where we started to notice the issue. Filter row transaction ID. Are these the item name, item price, and item? Okay, this is the item ID. Why it says doesn't have an ID? Receipt item ID. Supposed to be filtered rows. Like, come on. Filtered rows. Filtered rows is receipt items. Who returns the receipt items? Receipt item row. This the one which I am transaction ID. Which one actually matches with the database? Name, tags, item ID, category, total price. Oh, maybe it's better to name it item price instead of total price. It's a bit confusing. Yep, back to Python. Okay, where is it? Close all these, close env. I don't know why it's item.init id. So for the same thing, instead of item id, let's change the key from total price to item price. I'm cleaning up my architecture. So this definitely doesn't line up with what I have, but probably we might have something which lines up with this one. Expense item, which is item price, and then quantity. Do we have a quantity inside that? Okay. Let's if the receipt only has like one item, doesn't matter if it's 10x or 20x, it's x. So the name, unit price, and item price. Oh, that's why I had a total price. There must be a use case why I determined to do this way, but let's see. Let's also update this to our backend migration that is done. Let's see if it's updated in the database. I don't know if it did or not, but select seed items. Okay, and then we use cell content item price. Nice. So it's category, tags, name, item ID, item price. Category tag, name, item. Category tag. Do I see a tag? Tags, okay. Is tags category, okay. Then we see item price, unit price. Doesn't matter if they have it or not. Okay, this is the one which we need, and inside the item tracer, this is just the item rows. That's it. Nothing complicated. So what's wrong with here? Receipt item row. What exactly is this receipt item row? Get receipt items. It is the item stat row. Oh, sum of items. Okay, that's fine. Receipt items. This should be receipt item. There is no such thing as receipt item, bro. Let's change it to call expense item. Port expense item done. What is this one? Conversion of type, transaction ID, transaction date, merchant. Oh, get receipt items. Okay. Get user, and from user receipt items. Is that a table? User receipt item. Yes. And what do we have here? Oh, we have path here. User receipt items. I mean, shouldn't it be the same table? That was. It can be a single interface, bro. It's complicated to maintain two different things. So from user receipt items, we should be getting transaction ID. Uh, How does the transaction look? We have a transaction ID? No, this is the transaction ID. Okay, and then we see transaction date, the merchant, we see a item name, we see item price, and receipt item ID is 1, 2, 3. Did I update this one? Oh, this was the one I wanted. The user receipt item. Receipt item should be So basically we have two different structures because of the two different tables. Merchant here. Merchant should be the same, right? Merchant transaction date, transaction ID, and then we have to convert this. Let's keep it this one. Receipt item, the user ID. We have we don't need a user ID. Okay, user transaction ID, transaction date, merchant, then item name, item price. We see receipt item ID. We have a copy option. Receipt item. This is a string RESCIPT underscore item underscore IT. This is receipt item popping up. Hey Harish, welcome bro to the stream. How are you? Hey, what is item ID? What does item ID do? Okay, this is an expense item. Filter rows. Where is the data coming from? This is coming from. Yeah, this is. Don't change that. Go to the set transaction. This should be rows. And inside that, we should have receipt item ID. Perfect. Prajwal, welcome to the stream. Prajwal Kambhil. What's up, guys? Yeah, I didn't stream yesterday. I was a lot of frustrated with my work yesterday. I did this because things that were not working until 2 p.m. And I knew that in 3 hours I cannot just finish up my 8 hours work or the past 5 hours from 8 to 5. So I was like stressing out. Then I took a break, went for a walk, just like 5 minutes walk, and then came back. I eventually worked, but drained my energy. Hey, thanks for the first like, man. Whoever liked my stream, thank you so much. Apple juice on your name. So I exhausted my coding energy yesterday. But I did some geeky things. I have a Google TV. Thanks for the like again. So I had a Google TV and I watched YouTube inside it, which is pretty rare. I don't really watch TV that often, but I realized YouTube TV has a lot of ads. I don't own a premium YouTube service. So I got a Google TV casting device, and inside that I have installed ad-free YouTube. And I enjoyed yesterday evening, and that's it. Today I'm fine. That's why I'm doing some programming. How many of you consider this front end and back end full stack as coding? Hey Rahul, are you a new user or old user? Anyways, if you're new to the stream, Rahul, welcome to the stream. Blazing Bane. Show my face. It's me, new user. Ah, that's the bot is welcoming you in a different tone. Anyways, this is my stream, the Relangi Mama. The one which replied was my bot, which is custom Jugaad. Yeah, Jugaad, yeah, definitely. Dude, it was showing like what? For a 10 minutes video, I got like 6 ads. And that too, skipping them is really hard unless you have a remote. So I connect my YouTube from my phone so that I wanted to directly search from my phone and then watch the video. But I cannot skip the ad from my phone. They have designed it in such a way that you have to find the remote of the TV in order to skip the ad. I recall we had that button in the mobile. For some reason, I couldn't see that in my what do you call it phone. But if I connect it from my laptop, I could see the button skip ad from my laptop. It was tedious. I just couldn't deal with that, so I brought out my cast device, 4K streaming device. It was like $15 or something. I just connected it. It's a Google TV, so obviously that means it runs on Android, and we can install APK files. And that's what I did, and yeah, works wonders. It's not that I don't mind ads, but having 6 ads for like that two, basically 2 ads every time I got an ad. 2 ads. One is like 5 to 10 seconds, and then the other one is 15 seconds. After 15 seconds, you have to press the skip button from your remote. No, 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 no. Back to gaming. Anyways, Rahul, welcome to the stream. If you have any questions, just let me know. Uh, I build stuff. There are a lot of cool things you can ask. There are point system. I maintain things you do in my chat, number of messages you send, number of commands you have called by now. Everything is done by Relang Mama. It's a custom code which I wrote. Okay. What was I doing? Yeah, now item definitely has an ID, so we shouldn't be getting the local host. I forgot this is the one. Yep. Items. Am I getting any error now? I think there is one error. Encounter 2 children with per due ding 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 ding. Where is this item TSX? But why would it have 2 children when I specified? There should be an index right now. Probably I didn't refresh now. I did refresh. It still happens. Okay, let's see. Where is the error? Okay, right here. Encountered 2 children's. Yeah, this is the one. Matching items. Oh, there are two matching items and top matching items. What the hell? Did you get any Gradle version error? Not for now. I realized Expo handles them pretty well. So even with previously, I did use Expo and didn't really face much issues. So this is the problem. What is the key here? Key is nothing but something stupid. Okay. What is S? S is item stats row, and definitely that's not what I want. Stats. Who defines this key? So instead, let's just we don't have to do all this mess. We just have to type receipt ID. That's it. That should deal with it. And then this is the key. If not key, then set. If map has a key, what is this index even doing? Other than this one. Pin 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 pin. Hey, finally, man, got 3 likes. Thank you so much, Manish. Glad seeing new people again. I thought no one would watch today because I didn't stream yesterday. Two children with the same key. Purdue, no antibodies. I wish which one is this? Okay, let's just remove one of them and then see. Matching, matching, matching. Okay, let's say we remove this one. Do we still have the error? No, we do not have the error. That means this is where the issue is. Okay, I'm planning a career switch into front-end development between React and Angular. Which technology could offer better job prospects and a more accessible learning path for a beginner? Do you have any other front-end experience other than just React and Angular? Do you have TypeScript experience? Uh, what other languages do you know? Are you good with classes or are you good with functions? Thanks for the like. Thanks for the like, man. Feels good. Thank you. Yeah, Rahul. See, React and Angular are not that hard to learn. It's the you need to have a JD and TypeScript. What is JD? Java? Java development and TypeScript. If you're aware of TypeScript, then doesn't matter which one you get though. Okay. Just do something like this. If what companies are you targeting? If you are targeting startups. Thanks again. JS and TypeScript. Okay, that's fine. If you know JS and TypeScript, I didn't know people are liking this. Is it Harish or Manish? Who is that person who's liking from all different accounts? Either ways, thanks for making me happy, bro. Apple juice in your namesake. Okay, a person who does React and Angular both. Yeah, Angular definitely feels professional. It's kind of systemized framework, and it's not a library. It's complete framework. So if you're trying to work for an enterprise, then Angular is the best choice. That's what they mostly use because everything is included. Everything follows the same standard. You don't have to try to reinvent the same like wheels. As in, if you don't have to like try to reinvent routing, or you don't have to try to reinvent local storage and everything because Angular does those all. Oh, that's me. That I had my doubts. But thanks, bro. Thank you so much. If I get those likes the moment I start my stream, it's 43 minutes now. That means I'm expecting something good to happen today. Anyways, so Rahul, uh, if you want to enter, I'm not talking about MNCs because they don't care which one you know. If you know React, that's fine for them because they have projects or clients who does React and they can just fit in with them. If you know Angular, they'll try their best to fit in with your Angular people as well. Whoever liked the video, thank you so much. And then comes the next one. So coming to the React, I'm not, again, if you're thinking why isn't he not talking about the program and stuff like those, because you should be comfortable with both. React, Angular are not that difficult to learn. One more like to go to 10. One more. So to my understanding, you need to learn both. Now, which companies are you targeting for? If you're trying to target financial and healthcare client based companies, then Angular is your best bet. If you're trying to do something with AI kind of a startups or AI wrappers, or what else? You get my point. So if you want to, if you're trying to go with some established companies, then go for Angular. If you're trying to switch sides, then go for React. But to my understanding, both seems different. But once you get the other one, then it's easier to switch. No problem with that. Try to learn both because they're both the same language. One is class and one is functions. Yeah, I know. Because my VR count is two, bro. Only two people are watching. There is no way I can get 10 likes by just two people watching. But I appreciate you, Manish. Thank you so much. Let's hope something good happens because it's already 11. Oh, got it. So if you're trying to go for Google, they use Angular because they are working on Angular, so they use Angular. If you're working with financial clients, let's say like banks and etc., they use Angular. But if you're trying to go for Walmart, they use Next.js and React. Did you get my point? So either ways, there are high-paying jobs in both frameworks. There are big companies who are working on both frameworks. It doesn't matter which one you get, but if you want more jobs, then you should learn both. Now, if you ask me which one you should learn first, go with React. Once you get the fundamentals of front end, don't learn. No, I'm not talking about fundamentals of React. I'm talking about fundamentals of front end, as in what is SPA, what is one-way binding, what is props and stuff like those. Then you can, once you are comfortable with React, then try to do some things in Angular. But again, even whenever you are switching from React to Angular or Angular to React, do not try React in Angular, or try the other way, as in like do not try to write Angular in React. That's not, they both have different mindsets. If you try to mix them both, that's when things get complicated. Just like what I did few days ago with the model based type input, where I was trying to write in Angular because I was currently working with Angular and I forgot my React mindset. So basically in Angular, everything is mutable. The moment you change a variable, everything re-renders. But in React, you have to specifically mention those which has those re-render features. In Angular, everything is editable, mutable, and if you edit them, the component re-renders. If you don't want that to happen, you have to specifically mention read only. But in React, everything is read only except the one which you mentioned, which is useState. So you understand what's happening here. And in Angular, there is two-way binding. That means a parent can talk to child, a child can talk back to parent. But in React, only parents can talk to child. They cannot go. The child cannot talk to parent directly. So you can clearly see, okay, there is two differences. Then why would people pick the one from the other? It's just based on your business ideology and structure. Only HTML, CSS, frameworks are important. They make your development easier, in my opinion. If I try to do the same thing in plain JS, that would be a nightmare. But yeah, for basic stuff, for my blogs, I'm using Alpine JS, even though I can do that. I am using Hugo and Alpine JS. Works fine. But once you got into React and like framework based front end development, it's hard to go back to the vanilla JS. This feels comfortable. And it's easier to write React code than Angular, in my opinion. Because as there is no two-way binding, as there is no much complex subscription, there is no change detection algorithm, you can just understand, okay, what's happening much easier. If you go into Angular without having good front-end knowledge, it's difficult to follow what's happening in the app. There are browser extensions, stuff like those, but it's easier to understand React because there are hardly few principles. Once you know them, then yeah, oh, this is why it's happening. But in Angular, why is this working? Why this is not working? You don't know. Because in the background there might be some subscription which triggered it, but you cannot really track subscriptions. It's not a function call. It's, you does something happens here, the other, some other component in some other class gets it triggered. unless you are the developer who wrote it, it's really hard to figure that out. Of course, you can search the code and then eventually find it. That's what happens. Okay, what am I doing? Enough with the pep talk. I was just kidding, by the way. I'm Android developer. Oh, I'm Expo. I cannot deal with Android, bro. I tried doing it. Too much work. Unless you specifically need the raw Angular, sorry, not Angular, Android power, Gradle settings and stuff like this. I don't think you have to try it. There are easier ways to build an app, in my opinion. What do you think? And of course, you can also build the same app for web as well as the front end, Android, iOS, whatever it is. So this is where did I commit my changes? No. So this is where I'm getting issues. Looks like this key is, yeah, this key is not this key is stupid. So where am I populating this key? Stats, set stats. Who gets the stats? So receipt item stats. Yeah, this is the one. Row ID get receipt items. What are params? Okay, merchant. Oh, match. I don't have to deal with the code is not ready yet to get status. Do I have statistics? What is it trying to do? So limit 50, get receipt items. But why are we pulling in the items from the base? Shouldn't we get it from the store? So let's update that first. Services store, transaction rules. Let's create a new one. Receipt items, or let's say items. Receipt items dot store dot ts. Basically the same store, something like this. So receipt items store here, fine, and then use receipt item store. Yeah, change this one to this, and this is where we, yeah, this is where we need to update this now. What is transaction rule? Oh, this is the rules. Okay, so here we'll have items and loading items and fetch items. Yeah, basically that's it. And then yeah, just do your thing, bro. Fine. And then instead of transactions rules, we should be getting expense item. No, receipt item row. Perfect. Items and then data get all rules. Instead of this one, get all receipt items. That's the function I think guess that's the one I need to write. So yeah, this is something which is used for like what parameter basis, but we are going to get like all the receipt items. Try, of course, and then catch error. Yep. Okay, what happens here is basically the same. We do, how am I even managing to pull in the ID, user ID? Transaction, so transactions store.ts, get transactions. Do I have a user ID? Okay, somewhere here. Okay, cool. Let's basically you deal with the same one, database, and somewhere here or here. I was trying to write some code. Yeah, right here. Okay. The data is here. User not authenticated. Aware.user base. Yep. I tried Expo, but platform channels was not. Oh, if you're trying to do anything which involves a bit more complicated, then don't try Expo. But I strongly believe for 40 to 50% apps, or even a bit more complex as well, but it removes the purpose of using a cross platform. If you need a function or a use case where it goes in much more Angular, so why am I getting Angular? Android core modules, the amount of time that would take you to install that with the Expo and then bring that to eject from Expo and deal with the React Native, it's not worth it. It's better to just go with the Android Studio. Okay, this is what are these the transaction values I have? User ID. Don't even have it. Okay, yes, and then transaction ID, transaction date, merchant, item name, item price, and then receipt ID. Yep, that's it. We have all these as receipt item row. Wonderful. And once I get this, we would just return. Yeah, fine. And receipt items, save, and this should be not fine because we didn't import it. Stupid. Set data and items equals to this one. I guess that's it, bro. Nothing more complicated than that. Let's see. So from these items, as we can see, it's trying to pull in from the. Oh, I didn't even initialize the store yet. Let 1 second. Inside the app state, where is the damn app state auth? No, store. Yes, this is where we need to initialize all the ones. Okay. Const promise 4 equals to use item receipt item store dot get state fetch items. Yes, and then we have to just do this. Probably it's easier to just combine them all instead of calling promise 1 and promise 2. Yeah, let the AI do that. Combine them instead of p1, p2, p3, p4. It should be easier. Have you tried Flutter, Prajwal? I wanted to switch, then I realized it's a lot more work. Okay, now I have these, so definitely run search. Why am I even trying to search? They're not needed. So stats. Oh, have you tried it then? Nice. Items equals to this is not how I wanted. Const items equals to use receipt items store state set items. Okay, I don't think I need all those. And then inside these run search, we don't need it. This is edits. Flutter is better for Android and iOS. Yeah. I mean, that's true. I'd say it's a better one. Touchable opacity. What am I even? What do I have? Do I have a button for touchable opacity? Search. Oh, I'll implement the search later on. I'll implement the search later on. Let's not deal with this for now. I'll deal with this later. Okay. For now, let's show items and then items dot let equals to greater than 0 and it's called item, and item is nothing but is declared but never read, of course. Item is a receipt item, so that means we have a receipt underscore item ID. Hey, these are stats. Top matching. I don't need top matching. Where are the other one which matched? Filter rows. Is this the one? Filter rows. How does it? How does it look like? Yeah, this is much better. Better. Let's let it refresh for a minute. Do I get any errors? No errors. Fetching items from database. That's done. I don't know why. Matching items. Okay, right here, and then filter rows. So probably these are not being updated. Let's just say items for now, and it should work now. Apart from item price, why is it not working into item price? Do I not have item price here in my database? Oh, we do not have item price. Why? Why do I not have item price? What DB are you using? I'm using Superbase Postgres. Are we not fetching the price? I'm sure we are fetching the price. Sure, we are fetching the price. Not That's not possible. Dashboard. Let's try one more time. Okay. Xfinity, Amazon, expenses, Walmart. Let's try. Let's try a different transaction. So which one is it? 2025 1030. Do we have those 2025 30? Walmart. Do we have 2025 1203? 2025 1203. Those things I don't have it. Okay. 2025 905. 2025 905. 2025 905. There is 6, there is 6, there is 6, there is 5. Okay. Oh, these are the ones I already have the transactions. Oh, the prices were not extracted for some reason. I didn't notice this. Okay. Let's maybe like try deleting it and press save. Does that work? Transaction ID. What happened? Cookies request. Okay, receipt items. I don't think it updated the values. It's still there, so things are not updated. Hmm. Wait a minute. If I am removed here, then it won't be working that way. Items. Oh yeah, we still have them. Okay. Walmart for Dale, and then we see 0595. This is the transaction. Let's see if there is any other transaction which is 099999. Yeah, 0912. 0912. That is, oh, that is 2023. Okay, let's work on the deletion part then. Looks like this transaction deletion is not working. What are you using OCR and AI for? Okay, storytelling time, boys. Show my face. Are you aware of my project? It's an expense tracker, obviously. So there are already a million expense trackers which are also free and open source. They all lack one thing, which is at max they only do is the store name and the total amount. So let's say I have spent Walmart $48. At max, this is what I see. Walmart $48. That's it. I don't see what the things I bought. I don't see tomatoes $1 or it's $2, eggs $10, chicken $10. I don't see all these transactions. So what the other ones, the other open source versions, what they do is they see Walmart $50. So that means okay, Walmart is supposed to be like a grocery store. So Walmart $50. That's it. In just this transaction, I bought 4 food items and 1 drink. So I wanted much more in-depth analysis or expense tracking. Let's say in after a month, I can see how much did I spend on X, how much did I spend on chicken, how much did I spend on tomatoes. You got my point. Instead of just okay, I spent $100 in Walmart, but what did I actually buy in that Walmart? So this is currently that's where we need OCR and AI. So I'm using OCR Tesseract Python version, and then I'm using Win instruction kind of a model, which works better than Gemma and Minstrel, Llama, and Lava. I tried multiple different models, and that's the only one which was able to extract most of my receipts. So the other one is HTML receipts, OCR, like obviously image based. The other one is a HTML. So what I mainly use Walmart and Publix and Sam's Club. These are the 3 stores which I what do you call it, buy from. So they all have their websites, and I have an app. That means I have an account and I can see what things I bought. So I'm just fetching the information from that website and loading them here, which I did try, but we can see looks like the prices are not being loaded properly. So right here we can see it's a chicken wings, but the price is zero. Why? That's a problem. Let me see and let me like deal with it. But first, I would like to. Oh, if you're seeing my face, then you want to switch to screen. Type exclamation screen. Or should I do something else? Or should I? Is there any other way you guys want to control? But obviously, I don't want you to guys to switch from my YouTube chat. But I can't really control your UI. Not possible. It's just you guys have to be using those commands. Anyway, thanks for switching to the screen. So you can see it did pull out chicken name, and it obviously didn't categorize it because it doesn't know. It's just the price was not extracted. But to my understanding, while I did the OCR, it was able to pull in the price. Not sure why is that the case. Oh, I didn't really do a custom model scoring because it's in English. It works fine, but I was thinking about if none of the Olama models would work as expected, then I was kind of trying to put some weights on models. But again, I didn't really have much. What do you call it? What is it right word? Machine learning or stuff like those experience. We'll see if my satisfaction fails with these models, which didn't. They were extracting fine. So you can see I did some extract. Did it extract or did it not? Oh, it's fetching. Oh, yeah, it's still fetching. 1 second. Maybe I might need a better loading UI. You can see it in the backend. Where's the backend? Right here. Oh, what was this one? I didn't. I didn't know about these. What did it break? Validation error settings. Why? It has nothing to do with Postgres. These are all. Oh, is my Olama not running? It is running. Let's restart. Maybe that's something. Okay, it failed. Nice. And then we save HTML. Oh, the problem is itself within this one. Okay. Config settings. It says identic 5 validation errors for settings. I didn't know about all these. Config.py and then we see settings. These are not really needed. I'm using Lava for OCR processing and I'm using Olama model categorization for Minstrel. Lava works absolutely fine for my use case, so I'm keeping that. But what happened though? I can't really understand what is this error trying to say. Okay, extra inputs are not permitted. Where is that extra input? But it doesn't have any kind of, what do you call it, Postgres access. It's just AI processing. This is a standalone backend compared to my Superbase backend. I didn't really see this error before. Let me see if I unchanged or sadly created any changes here. All these layout, these are maybe we need to switch to vus tree. And inside backend, let's see enrichments. No changes. A receipt. Yeah, this was meant to be there. And then HTML service, the new file, item enrichment service, nothing. Models.py, okay. The migration. These are test cases. Do I need test cases, bro? Oh, this is a okay, this is my custom test case whether I was trying to test the Walmart HTML. Okay, that's fine. Then what are these errors? DB name, port name. I don't even have a database, bro. Oh, oh, are these optional overrides? Oh, is this because I have modified my env file? Is that the reason for those? If I remove my env files, does it work fine? It works fine. So if there are any other things in the env file, it won't work. Hmm. Strange. Very strange. Again, as migration were only supposed to be done in this local, so the moment I update my env files with extra information, so this is what's happening. If I don't have these, okay, if I, one second, don't know what happened. Okay, so if I don't have any changes inside my env file, everything works fine. But let me add few lines in my env and clog them. So I have added my Postgres connection strings, and let's change a Python file just to test. It fails. So looks like I unknowingly have written some kind of thing. So let me try validate Python pedantic settings. Okay. And is there anything else I'm supposed to do here? So class API name, Debian security key. I don't even have a security key. The moment I add new values in my .env, I see this errors. What's happening? Very interesting. Invalid entries. Not true. I don't have invalid entries. They're all valid. Are they supposed to be in capital? I don't think so. What happens? Okay, how about not mess with this one? Does it have any connection with env files here? What does it say? It says file import settings, import settings. That's it. It doesn't really explain anything. Pedantic validate Python. What it's trying to validate? Oh, env file. Okay. This is the where the problems begin. Config. Obviously, that's changing. Okay. Let's. I think I have another option. What I might do is, instead of all these, I might just create another env file. Okay. And inside this, we say migration.env. Does it work fine? Migration.env. Shit. Let me ask AI. How can I have multiple env files? Probably it's env dot. Bro, just revealed everything. Yeah, my bad. I'm going to reset my password. Nasty fellows. Let me. Oh my god. I didn't know that it should be env dot. Python.me to load multiple files. I don't want to load multiple files. How can I name? Okay. Okay, this is how we do it. Okay, nice. Shit. It's okay. Let me change it now. There's the authentication, integration, project settings, and then project password. Where is it? Transfer project. Restart, project ID. I have everything, but I don't see the password. Authentication? That's the, I think this is the normal authentication. Okay. Account preferences, access tokens, security. No, audit lag. Where can I change the damn password? Real time storage database project. Integration, project settings, probably this is where it should be, but I still don't see an option. Hmm. Ting, ticketing, ting, ting, ticketing, ting, ting, ticketing, ting. Okay, I think I'm in the database setting, reset database password. Okay, this password. Okay, so it must be a strong. I wish it would show me my password. Okay, I think I got the new password. Okay, password has been reset. Okay, iconic. I didn't know you're trying to sneak in, bro. Let me revert the name of the file. So it should be env dot migration. Is this how it should supposed to? Or now I understand. Okay. So for that means the rest of the stuff should work fine. Okay, let me get my new key. Yeah, you need to go. Hey, Siddhant, how are you, man? Show my face. Sup, bro? Sup, bro? All right, see you tomorrow, Prajwal. Have a good day. Or Siddhant, bhai, you're earning crores of rupees. What's up? What's with your life, man? The most horniest guy in the chat. All hail Siddhant. This is the last toast I have. Make sure I have full glass. एक भी बूंद waste नहीं करना भाई. We have to take every drop of it. Okay, this is done. This is done. This is done. Bro, Siddhant. Oh, you. Is it rum? Is it rum? Not rum. It's apple juice, bro. I think it's too bright for the camera, but you can still see. Juicy juice, 100% happy. I don't drink alcohol, man. Nasty fellow. Morning, you're trying to think about alcohol. Back to gaming. I just revealed my entire. So, what project are you working on these days? Currently, I'm working on Spenly. It is juicy. Yeah, juicy juice. Juicy? It's juicy juice. Show my face. Maybe I need to. Yeah, now it definitely looks fine. I don't think you can have much more quality than this. It's clearly juicy juice. Even the ingredients say 0% fat, 1% sodium, carbohydrates 28 grams, total sugar 27 grams, added sugar 0. Probably it's juicy. Yeah. Takes a while. 1 second. Yep, there you go. So, Siddhant, I'm currently working on. It's fake. Yeah, I don't know. Probably there might be something going on in the background, but I wanted to drink something sweet instead of drinking Diet Coke or Pepsis or something like that. I dropped to chocolate milkshake for probably 2 months, and then now I ease down to what do you call it? Thanks for the like. So I dropped down to apple juice and I lost interest. I don't even think I would buy one of these anymore. So I can just drink water now. So instead of directly dropping from like Pepsi's, Coke to it's irrelevant. Natural. Okay. Thanks for the like, guys. 12 likes. Wonderful. Not even a weekend and I'm getting 12 likes. So thank you. That don't stop liking. Anyways, As Siddhan, what projects are you working on? Currently, I have only one project to work on because the work I have in my like full time, sorry, day job is getting a bit difficult and stressful. So I'm only working on the tool which I need now. So this is Spendly or Spendify. I didn't really finalize the name. So it's an expense tracker, but which has AI and OCR in it. Yep, with a short explanation for a given any receipt. All the other expense trackers, what they do is for any receipt you have, they would fetch Walmart $50 and category groceries. That's it. Don't stop liking. Puna khalo. So yeah, what I'm trying to build now is most of the things are working fine. Is along with the Walmart and the prices, I want to fetch all the items which I bought so that I can have much more analysis, and at a month end and a year end, how much did I spend on my chicken, or how much did I spend on tomatoes, how much did I spend on milk. Not just as in how much did I spend on Walmart, etc. Is Expendify suggested by AI? Yes. I hate the word, but I set a timer again, just like how I generate my thumbnails. I set a timer for 5 minutes, and I have to come up with a name, and that's what I like it. Spendify. Hey, Graphite, welcome to the stream. So, what are we trying to do? Back to gaming. So yeah, this thing should be fixed now. I have, yep, now it's fixed. So let's try to pull in the HTML. I know it. You get invoices for all kind of purchases there, right? No invoice, no shopping kind of a thing. We get invoice for almost every store. There are no, what do you call it, unauthorized stores in US. Everyone needs to pay. Everyone needs to give a receipt. They have to ask the person who buys, like, do you want a receipt? Even if you say no, the receipt will be generated. They just trash it out instead of you going to taking it and trashing out somewhere else. They just trash it out. And most of the shopkeepers, they do have apps where they just upload those receipts to somewhere and basically mine the data of what people are buying, etc., etc. Thanks for using the GIF thing, bro. I worked a lot on it. Lol. Meanwhile, yeah, that's one thing. Again, this is mostly a project which I wanted. I'm currently a paid user of Wallet, which I've been using for 2 years, and even that doesn't have this in-depth transaction analysis, like what exactly I bought on a given stores. So I did found one, but it was not really. It was basically made for European things, European transactions. And the moment I upload a different kind of receipt, and it will like, hey, what is even this? So I realized, okay, let's bring in AI and build our own thing. And I was really interested and motivated to build this. So far, I like the UI. Of course, UI, what do you call, AI suggested all those things. So we can see here, I have pasted the HTML. Again, you might be asking, what is this OCR and HTML? So OCR for basically receipts where you take a photo, but HTML is while I buy things from Walmart, Sam's Club, and Publix, I have accounts in those merchandise. I can just log into my web page and get the details I want. But this app you're talking about might also be auto detecting your spendings, right? You'll have to upload your image somewhere all the time you buy something. So yeah, technically, if you buy from an Indian store or somewhere which doesn't have a website or your account tracking, then yeah, you have to upload the receipt. But most of the things I buy regularly are from Walmart and Sam's Club, and they both have accounts, like as in website accounts. Doesn't matter where you buy, you can see all your things there. So what I did is I have a small script which runs on a manual execution. Can you explain more, Manish? I didn't. I know whose that is, but I want to see what are you trying to match. So, anyways, you can see all the transactions from Walmart and Sam's Club will be pulled in this way, and they will be feeded to my app, and you can see these are all the things which I bought, etc. You guess the point. So, if there are anything other than these, I have to upload the receipt because There is no way I can get all this. If this doesn't work or free, build it yourself. Yeah. So this expense API or a kind of an OG scraper guy pulls. So yeah, it's still there is no API, bro. Do you think big stores would give you API to let you take your own data? No, that's not. They'll let you delete the data, but even then, they still have the data. They would just PII or just remove your name and put someone else's name because they want this data for obviously financial reasons. So they don't have an API, and obviously, I'm doing scraping. For Sam's Club and well, Walmart, I did upload a bunch of Indian store receipts. Uh, they worked fine, but AI couldn't really understand what category or tag they should set. Even now, let's say fresh whole carrots, they AI can understand like, okay, this is carrot, this is definitely groceries or food, but this is not the name you would see in this receipt. Let's say, for example, you see Tyson all natural fresh premium young whole chicken. There are hardly one word which you can fit in this receipt. So if you upload this, AI would definitely scrape it, and it would understand the OCR and text like that. But it wouldn't really understand what is BB3CHUB. Even I don't know what is that thing is. So there are a lot of issues, but I don't think I can fix those issues. It's just let the data load in first into the databases, and I can see what happens. Siddhant, local AI model. Yes, I'm using three different models for this project. One is Lava, works awesome for OCR. The other one is Mainstall, works awesome for categories and tax expression. And think I have a purpose for Gemma, but we'll see. What is Malik? I think I'm out of touch with current generation memes. So I tried a lot of models, bro. I gave up with Gamma because it couldn't do the amounts properly. And there is two big challenges which currently I have. One is a long OCR receipt. This was my first question. I have no idea how to do that. Probably two images or three images. I'm sure. I have to talk to AI like, hey, how can I fix this problem? There, let's say user uploaded Malik. Oh, you mean boss? Yeah, yeah. I understand now. I understand. So I'll give you a walkthrough on this. So this is written in which? Can you expect which language am I writing this in? I am interested to know. Please. Is the front end npm start. Let me open my phone. React and Python Expo. Of course, backend is Superbase for authentication and database, and I'm using Python for OCR and AI. If you might ask why not Go or Rust, I tried, but OCR Tesseract has first class support in Python. Like officially, it's supported in Python, and doesn't matter which language I use. It's a standalone installation, so it's just a wrapper, and I don't think any language based on wrappers. The only bottlenecks here are OCR processing and Olama, and I don't think Rust or Go or Python would help it. Yeah, Python, yes. I'm using HTML OCR as Python, and for front end, I'm using Expo, React Native Expo. Hey, let me show you my beautiful app, man. So how are you, bro? What's with your life? Did you get the one thing you wanted? You were being desperate for months in my stream. You remember? Did you get that, or you're still hunting? Let me open my casting device, scan device, then Discount done, and let's go to Expo. Where is Expo? I think I have Expo here. Yeah, right here. Then we see this one. A lot of work to be done. Uh, so this is the problem. We can see the HTML did get to manage to pull three different, price and whatever this name is. But the moment I press save, the prices are not being saved. So I press like add all items. We can see these are the ones. So now don't see the price, but these are the ones which we see the price. I press save, and I don't know what happened. Let's see receipt items, and I see the price now for some reason. So probably item price, item price. Oh, it's saving into total price. It's not saving into item price. Which one is the new one and which one is the old? You know what? I might need to. There are a lot of small things I need to work on. So that means like deletion, editing. I did change my architecture a bunch of times. So now you can see the amounts are working fine. Let's do a formal refresh. Yeah. So you learned React Native now? Was it simple? No, I did my first app in 2019 in React Native. I didn't try Expo back in the day. I built a music download kind of an app where you can download music from Geo7. Back in the day, Savan was a thing and there was no Geo7. And then I built another app, so that's a different story. But back in 2022, I first used Expo and I fell in love with it, man. What a wonderful framework. Awesome. There were a lot of issues with React Native, and this Expo clears it out. And there is certain limitations that if you need like true Android or iOS feature set, that means like something complicated of a, what do you call it, man, libraries or in Android level libraries, then Expo isn't for you. Then you can drop it to React Native maybe, but that's too painful. If there is no Expo, there is no reason for you to try React Native. You can directly go for Flutter. If you're using Expo, then yeah, stick with it. If you don't have any plans to use Expo, then don't even try React Native. Just jump into Flutter. Flutter has much better UI and experience. But again, the you have to learn a new language, Dart. I don't know how many languages Google come up with. Dart, Go. What are other languages Google had? Yeah, that's the thing. So now the problem is missing data. The front end follows one data, the back end has one data structure. We'll have to see. Now, well, let's see. The item price is 1421, 1421, 647. But let's go ahead and see the transaction. How does it look like? Should definitely look something worse. These are all the amounts, and we can see it is. I wanted to name it as item price, but it's naming as total price. That thing needs to be updated. Now, the React Native themselves asked to use Expo, right? Yeah, Expo was a blessing for React Native, and they did bridge very. I don't. They worked a lot on trying to bridge with Android native things which are supported in React Native to bring that support to Expo. You don't have to eject out of Expo and deal with that. They're doing their best. But if you really need those feature set, then Expo isn't for you. Hey, this is the app, bro. If you don't like it, it's fine. I'm not a UI most kind of a person, but definitely works fine. Forget about this UI colors. I still have to work with it. But I like the way view works fine, bro. See, beautiful. There are a lot of jugars I did. I think Manish or Harish knows them. There are a lot of jugaad stuffs I did. So yeah, you can import HTML or bank statements. I only had Amex bank statements so far. It does have duplicate management. All transactions are linked to one account. There is no way you can have one transaction to two different accounts, like one SBI and one other. It's not possible. So yeah, I'm basically using the industry standard structures like accounts, transactions, and items, receipt items. So that's where the first issue comes in. We can see these transactions were added. I just changed the structure in the backend and I named it to item price, but these are still being saved as total price. So I might need to change that. Let me go. Let me go. Yeah, this is the right time to work on the state management. Coming to the state management, I am using Zustan for the first time. Previously, I would be using Redux, then moved to Jotai, and now I'm using Zustan because Zustan is just works fine with Expo and basically like Android UI and Web UI. For some reason, Jotai didn't work, but Zustan saved the day. Without a state management, it would be very difficult to manage all these complicated transactions. Yeah, what's happening here? Get transactions. Yeah, okay. And then we see bulk update transactions. Nice. Receipt items, yes. And the problem comes within the items. Hey, what is this component called? expenses, expense. Oh, this is backend. Sorry, expense list, and inside that we should have editing ID, transaction item. Probably this is the one, and then inside this we should. Don't you know you can use Zustan in React Native as well? So all other packages for React work for React Native out of the box. Are they ready? Some I do know. That was I was expecting. Jotai also should work fine in any React package, not just React Native. It should be working fine. But I need to make a lot of changes inside how export takes in like a JavaScript, like modules, etc. Because it's basically a conflict between imports and require. You know the EJS version and some other not no, you're asking me. They do work, but you need to change a lot of stuff. But Zoostan works out. I don't think they are advertising that they worked out of the box, but they are working fine. I didn't really have to change my module structure or TypeScript config.files or stuff like those. So you see these. I have to do a lot of changes in this file, and there was another file, bro. 1 second. App.config. This one. In order to use Zoostan, sorry, Jotai. But for Zoostan, no necessary changes needed because it's just works. I don't know, probably something to do with something. And honestly, I was fed up trying to find a state management because first I tried Recoil. That kind of worked in web. But the moment I tried in Android, it didn't work. But I have a lot of code written in it. So I gave up and moved to Jotai. And Jotai worked in in web. And I didn't really write much code in Jotai. Then I directly moved to Android. It didn't work. Maybe then I realized probably state management doesn't work in Expo. So I went ahead and tried to use the use context classic old methods. And they were painful as a developer experience. Then I went back and wanted to search for other state management. I remember Zoostan. It was not the best thing in the state management. Then I picked it, used it, worked fine for app state. This was the first store I created, like basic stuff. It worked fine. Then I created transaction store. Worked amazing. That's it. We will marry someday. We will marry someday. So your knowledge is my knowledge, dude. What a horny ass. Okay, these are the items, and then this is where transaction store. Where the hell is transaction store, item store? There should be transaction detail. Perfect. Yes, there are some errors here. This is the way. This is where. So you can see it's trying to name total price. So this is item price. What am I missing? Item price is missing float. Yeah, it's a number. What is it missing? It's missing name and item number, but required. What? Those are the things I need. Name, item ID. Oh, it's missing item ID. Oh, is this the one it's missing? I think yeah, probably that's the one. So how can I add the item? Add item. Oh, this is madness, bro. So probably I can just set a number. Let's see. 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 Did I not have? Do I have key inside this? Key is cat. What is key? It's category. Okay. And then items. Okay. Let's see. What do we have here? It's expense item. There's no such thing as expense item. It should be set items. Where are these items coming from? These are coming from transactions dot find. Oh, they are coming from the store, but they are being fetched directly from the transaction. I mean, do I need a new table then? Thinking. Yeah, it's again another architecture change now. So this is what we have inside the views. I think it's easier to do some math with views, trying to find an item super quick. So we definitely want views to work with. So let's not deal with the other one, but we still have it. So use transactions inside transactions for a given transaction ID. That's where we are getting all the values. So let's write const item store equals to use item store state state comma state. Have it as it is. Import this one perfectly fine. And inside the item store use effect if visible or not transaction ID return. We just gotta get all the transactions. So item store dot find yeah, items dot find equals to item. It should be item dot transaction ID equals to transaction ID. Basically, that's it. If no transaction, are you new, bro? Yes, cranky milk. I'm going to call you cranky. Yes, that's what I'm trying to build with a touch of AI and OCR. Just a minute, please. I might forget what am I trying to do. What is this transaction? Oh, this is the find. Does it find one or multiple? First item. Oh, I would need all items, bro. I would need all items. So that means I need to do a filter. So this should be item of rows. Wonderful. If there are any items, or let's say receipt items, yes. And that's when, if there are any, go to these transactions, blah, blah, blah. No, stupid. Only update the local state when the selected transaction actually differs from the current state. That doesn't matter. Okay. And if there are transactions, transaction ID. What am I doing? The transaction. We got to get the transaction again? Why? What is this transaction? I don't understand. What is this transaction? What is the other one? Okay, so looks like we definitely need a transaction. So let's get that. So const tx equals to transaction dot find transaction ID. So let's keep it that as it is. So this is the transaction, no transaction. Okay, that's fine. Probably this is the prop ID. So let's maintain it here. Fine. If these are not transaction, okay, this is a different ID. That's when we are trying to update. Yeah, cranky. You can continue your questions, bro. Go ahead. I understand what's happening now. This is an old code. You can see I wrote like what last month, and yeah, I have been busy with my regular stuff, and I didn't really look into this. Do you have any questions? Are you interested? Anyways, show my face. Show my face. This is Blazing Bane. Welcome to the channel. There are a lot of stuff you can try. Relangi Mama is my bot, and there are cool things you can do. There are commands you can try. I have a bot which tracks each and every movement you make in my chat. It tracks the number of messages, it assigns points so that you can use all those points, etc. There is speak command, there is gif command, Spider-Man, kiss, whatever. Something happens. If you like, give it a try. If you didn't like it, you can don't dislike, just remove the like. Anyways, back to gaming. Yeah, it's a great problem to solve. Everyone always needs a tool like this. Yes, I do have a paid app called Budget Wallet, but I'm not really satisfied with the application. I did try to find a lot of other open source things, but the good ones are mostly kind of a budget management. They don't do expense management, they do kind of a budget management. That's not what I truly wanted. But again, this is, it still lacks a lot of features. So, who is the target user of the solution? It's mostly me. So, I'll explain what I'm trying to solve. Maybe you are interested in, that's a different story. So I visit certain stores regularly. Doesn't matter if it's irregularly or whatever. I go ahead, buy some stuff, come back home. Currently, what my wallet or other, I found wallet is the best use case I've been using for like 3 to 4 years. I even bought a lifetime membership for that thing for $20, I guess. Still, it works fine. But the problem is, if you are you aware of Walmart or a store named Walmart or any given store? You do a transaction, Walmart $50. All the expense tracking or budget planning, what they do is Walmart grocery $50. That's it. So at the month end, I wanted to see how much did I spend on groceries. It would show the entire $50 as if I spent that entire $50 on groceries. It is true that in a given Walmart store you would buy groceries, but I would want even in-depth more analysis, like more information. So what I do now is I added OCR with AI extractions. What it does is you either provide a receipt photo, or you can just add in the HTML from your. Oh, I see. You want item level categorization. Yes. So I can clearly see that, okay, for a given $48 receipt, I see like two $10 eggs, $20 chicken, and the AI automatically adds the categories and tags based on your account's categories and tags. So let's say your category for Walmart is shopping and mine is groceries. It would assign those based on that. I mean, that's the plan. It does it does fine for my user case, but I'm the only user for now. Uh, what else? Yeah, the HTML, the OCR is this one. So I would like to keep it as simple as possible without complicating stuff. So not trying to integrate with Plaid or other banking services where they can inject the transactions. I strongly depend on CSV files. I have a very robust CSV import system where you can just select what is an amount, what is a merchant, what is the category over the flow. You can just select the row and you can insert all the rows. It does duplicate, uh, you know, it does identify duplicate transactions or not add them. The current challenge I now have is basically apart from the developing stuff. Obviously it would take some time to work on this. Apart from the development stuff, the current challenge I have is what if the receipt is too long. That's one challenge. And what is the next thing? Refund management. So currently we have rules as in this was inspired from the budget kind of app. So rules is basically if you see this word apply this category, and if you see this word apply this category and stuff like those. That's those are the rules things. There are, yeah. Are you expecting the same, or if you're suggest any other new feature? Maybe I'm not really aware of it, but if I find it useful, I might work on it, man. So yeah, coming to the architecture, every transaction is linked for an account: Robinhood, Amex, and Cash. Cash is mandatory, again inspired from Budget Wallet. The UI still needs some work, but no worries. I only work an hour or two on this almost every day, but you can see I have done a great progress. Dashboard, I'm bringing in charts to like add like tags. These are all the categories I have. Merchandise. Yes, coming to the automation. If you're in US, I mostly buy from Walmart and Sam's Club, and I have a fully automated system for those. But again, currently works in my own setup where I just wrote a script, and these are all the receipts I got from Walmart from all in 2025 to 2023, 2024 as well. So these are all the things I bought. Make sure, obviously, I tried my best to attach the account so that I can get all this information, and I can just programmatically import all these transactions. These contains much more information than what we have in the receipt. So in the receipt at max we have, what do you think BB3 space CHUB? Any idea what that word even means? Forget about humans. Forget about AI. Even humans can't really understand what is BB3 CHUB. It's probably, I mean, it's $11, so probably I don't know. No idea. But I can understand BNLS CKBRST. It's basically chicken breast. I don't expect AI to understand that. So there are still some drawbacks unless you try to use like a internet enabled AI model, or like train a model to go and search for bb3chub in order to understand what the hell it is. There are some drawbacks, but if you want to fetch these kind of receipts from like a known stores, you can see location Indianapolis, you can see all this stuff. You understand what I'm trying to say? This has much more information, and if you import these kind of a transactions, AI can definitely oh, it's a brush, oh, this is something else, oh, this is this. So this receipts like this works fine, but receipt like this, they also get imported, but AI can't really do much into this. It would just say bb3chub $11. It doesn't fill in any category or what do you call it, tags, because even we don't know what the hell it is. So yeah, there are some tricky things, but if all wanted was to have like a app which does my regular shopping like understandings and deal with it. You can add like custom expenses if you have like a standalone expense instead of you can just add it here like a cache. It always goes to cache. If you want to add from within an account, then you have to import it from a CSV file because there is a standardized approach. I mean, if it's done in an account, there's no even need to manually add the transaction. Just import the CSV file, something like here, bank statement. That's it. And you also have all the previous imports. If you realize something messed up, just delete this. All the transactions linked to that account will be on. Yeah. What do you think? If you like it, I'm developing this on live. Yeah, and subscribe or do something, whatever you like. If you want to make me happy, just press a like button or try to use a command which I worked on. GIF, speak. If you want to see my face, type exclamation face. There are cool things you can try. Nice. So yeah, that's the usage. And this is my site Blazing Bane. If you go to the YouTube section, hey, this is you, Cranky Milk. You have 6 points. Obviously, this is the first stream you joined, and this is also the last stream. It's unfortunate that we have to deal with paper and PDF receipts still these days. I see there is a receipt standard called GS1 that might be still cool for importing. I didn't know about this GS1. Barcoded standards. Is it, which country does it belong to? Does it work in US? The only thing which I also sometimes shop at Publix, but they don't have any like a free version of account system. I wish they had it. But again, I tried Publix and I also tried some bunch of Indian stores. They all gets extracted fine. It's just the AI won't really know what that thing is because I'm not really using ChatGPT or a paid AI models. I'm running things from Olama. Uh, there are some limitations. I think it's a global standard. Just looking into it now, and we really need to retailers to move to a standard data output instead of just a paper receipt. Unless someone forces them to do that, I don't think we have much power into that section. But nice talking to you, Milky. Someone who's actually interested. So this application is in web as well as in Android. For now, I don't really have the iOS developer account, the one with has like $100 per year. I don't own an iOS device. I have two Androids. So yeah, they all work fine with like basically all the screens work the same. Of course, the UI would look different, but the same. Cool stuff. Yeah, so I'm currently working on items where the front end was written a few days old. I just did some changes in my backend. Yeah, currently dealing with that. What is this TX? There should be a transaction. If there isn't a transaction, I don't think that's possible. So true. Most standards seem to get good adoption by companies where there are like a money is to be saved. Paper is like a consumable. If they don't know how to print, they say true. True, 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 true. Are you a dev too, or what's up? What's your story? Okay, now that makes sense. One second. Oh, it's too bright. Now it feels good. So set transaction, yes. Set merchant, yeah. Do all your things. Set amount. These are like the transaction amounts. That's fine. Set items equals to receipt items. Oh, you're a dev too. Okay. What is your story? Go on, man. I work for an insurance firm as a daytime full stack engineer, a dev, whatever you call it. I mostly deal with Angular, Python, MongoDB, AWS, and a bit of Oracle sometimes. Yeah, most of my work, 40 to 60% is all around Angular. Because it's an insurance related firm, we don't really mess or change the architecture that frequently. So that's why less frequent of a backend. But whenever we have to touch backend, it would take at least 2 to 3 weeks to implement a new feature because we have to be careful. But front end, yeah, we mostly work with every day. Yeah, we also deal with using AI tools like Writer and Roots AI, but those are again just integrating with the AI models, nothing like developing a model. Okay, what am I doing? So we are pulling directly from the receipts. I think that's fine, but we'll have to see as receipt items as type. Transaction as tran. Why does it have to try to parse it? It's not needed. Transaction dot receipt items, and then we have a receipt items here. Oh, we do have a receipt items. So this receipt items is what does it look like? It's a receipt items row. It's an expense item. So this is where the tricky part comes in. Should I modify that section or should I modify this section? For an SQL standard, we cannot really use views for editing, so I might use expense item. So instead of these, basically no, these changes are not needed. Stupid. Yeah, it looks like these changes are not at all needed. So we get all the transactions and then we still want to have the store anyways. So within the transaction we have these the receipt items is but nothing but an expense item with an array, and inside that expense item we should have an item ID. Do we have it? Yes. This looks like React, right? Or at least the state management looks familiar to me. This is an Expo React Native. Yeah, basically React. Yes. I don't really appreciate or enjoy writing Xcode, Angular, and Web, like three different code bases as a single developer. It's a wise choice to pick a cross-platform framework. There are only two best known options. One is React Native, and the other one is Flutter. The reason for me using a React Native Expo is TypeScript. I have done a million lines in TypeScript already. I like it. I enjoy writing TypeScript. That's the reason I'm in Expo. Flutter is also a good choice, but it's a completely different language and developer experience is a lot different. This one is much faster and easier for me to write. Is my mic working fine? Sometimes it crackles up if I touch it. So let me just listen to the audio 1 second. Yeah, looks sounds fine. I don't really like my own voice for some reason. Feels bad. Okay, there is a discrepancy here because the view uses a different column name, the other one uses a different column name. So this one definitely uses, we want item price, not total price. Yes, it's fine. What was the name again? It's the React Native, but something else. It's Expo. Expo is, even React Native library suggests to use Expo. So Expo is like the top tier. Export React Native. Ding-dong. Everything you build for apps, it really good, bro. Really good. The well backed by a company. It's not like a small framework or something like that. It's a good one. So let's decide now. What do we have here in the expense? We have item price. There is no such thing as. Now you should see the issue. Okay, now text. It should be item price. Wonderful. And do we have a total price in this screen? No. Let's try in the global file upload. This is where I think we OCR item. Yeah, this is the issue. What is OCR item? This basically looks the same. Yes. Expense item. Oh, it's an OCR result. It's an OCR. It should be total price. So I guess OCR is trying to send total price instead of. Who is sending total price then? Where is my backend? Okay. Okay, looks like test models. Okay, right here. Expense item should have item price. And in here, is there anything which has a total? Yep. Item price. What is this price then? AI process response. It returns. Oh my god, this I'm using total price here, but I'm using item price in the front end. That's where the issue is. Why did I choose total price for individual item? Why did I choose total price? Did I might have found a receipt which has two different prices, and maybe I decided to use that. I don't think that much deep is necessary. We have to use item price. Expense item price equals to what is this price then? Item. Where is this item coming from? Unexpected keyword subtotal for where is it? Damn subtotal. It's not there. We gotta leave it as price because this one definitely has price. Where is the price? This is total items. We see item price. Okay, then where is the total damn price? Where is this item coming from? This is the. Oh my goodness. AI process. It's the items, and then inside items we have these. Where is the item? Oh, I'm. Oh, for item in structured data, this is the one. Okay, HTML parse. What do we have here? It's a list of unknown. This is just one other reason I do not enjoy writing Python. Okay. And we see receipt HTML, and inside that we see items. I don't know what is the error here. Need type annotation for result. Yeah, I know. And extract Walmart, Amazon, and Target. Don't even have a total price. Do we have price? Okay, we have price. Okay, that makes sense. So we have price. I wish I can write in a different language other than this one, but looks like there is no other option. There is no other option. Okay. Item which definitely has a price, and now it should definitely save it as total. Instead of total price, it should be saving it as expense price. So let's see. So coming back to the front end, we have file upload, and inside these, so this is 25. Where is the front end? Yeah. So inside here, we should be getting item price from now on, and basically that's it. Who are using this function? OCR result. Is anyone using this function? Type OCR review state result. At OCR items is result dot items. Okay, whatever it is. Let's deal with this error first. Bank. I think this is account ID and we have to get the account name. I do not understand the reason for this bank. Is it source? Forget about it for now. Oh, this is Superbase. What is it doing? Oh, this is file uploader. My bad. Okay. Account ID equals to bank.map. Account ID equals to this. Fine. Don't deal with file handler for now. Let's forget about it. Let's deal with this one. Items, transaction detail. Are there any errors here? So far, no. And inside here, we need to see add items or add all, save all. What is the damn button? So we go to expenses. We wait for a second. Let Walmart Supercenter, nice. And inside that there is a transaction. First, let's work on the delete transaction. Okay, delete is important. Let's work on delete transaction 95. I think this is the one which has. Okay. What is this button called? I wish I can see the class name or something for this. Okay, receipt items. Let's so receipt items. Okay, this is where it is, and this is the each one. We should see a red color icon. Yep, activity indicator text. Probably this is the one. Yeah, remove item. Okay, what happens here? That item, oh, it's just removing from the state. It's not even doing anything. Wonderful. Okay. Oh yeah, sorry. It's fine. Yeah. Oh wait, so Python is for your backend. Any reason why Python instead of Node.js or something similar where you can use TypeScript? Yeah, there are a ton of reasons. If you're still here, I'm going to answer that. I don't know when you left that message. I forgot to look at the chat. So if you can just give me an assurance that you're still watching, I can explain that. Okay, sorry for asking though. Show my face. I already do a bunch of Python at work and I do not enjoy Python. I'm much more into Golang or TypeScript or any static type languages. So in order to not have a big explanation, so I did thought to write in Rust or Golang, but the thing is, uh, OCR, which I'm using, the module name is Tesseract OCR, which is the very good package, works wonders, would able to extract like text if provided properly. So I was thinking, okay, and it is supported in Python as a like a first class support. It's not like a wrapper around Python. It's a pure. It works fine with Python. So yeah, I picked Python for that, and then comes the next one. Yes. So it doesn't really matter honestly which language you use, especially for OCR, because the main thing which OCR does is done by some other module. Not doesn't matter if it's Python or Rust or Go. So when it has a good support, I pick Python. And then the HTML processing, the AI processing is done by Olama. Some model in Olama. I'm currently using Lava for OCR processing. Hey, thanks for the like. Who is the person who liked the stream? Thank you. Anyways, so yeah, that's the one reason. And the bottlenecks in this project coming to, I don't really want to call this as a backend because the authentication is done by Superbase and the database is in also Superbase Postgres. So this is just a helper backend like API where AI processing and OCR processing. It's much cheaper to host it myself instead of, because I already have a PC which is running almost 24 hours a day because it has some other servers running in it. So this won't take a big toll for me. 1 second. Back to gaming. Hey, who was the one who liked my stream, bro? Ouch. I need a bit more. Ah, nice. Okay. Once again, I move this handle remove item, so index number. Maybe I can just pass in the entire item instead of just a single one. Yep, item. I can just pick what are the one I want. What is the value of this one? This is expense item. Okay, expense item, and that's it. Item. Okay. Instead of messing up the state, obviously, we can just do store. Item store. Do we have an item store? No. Let's try to import item store. Transaction const item store equals to use receipt item store. State, sorry, not store, state. Wonderful. And then back here, item state. Thanks for explaining. Going to sub and like and will lurk for a little bit. Sure, bro. Feels happy. Feels really happy. The problem is I'm not really that consistent. Back in like from November, I went on a vacation, stuff like that. I didn't really stream, and my channel just tanked. I'm not really doing this for any money or anything. It's just I love programming and I just enjoy building tools which work for me, which help me. That's the main motivation, and I just talking to other developers, man. That's it. Item store, remove item. Yeah, that's the main plan. And wish I can also provide like item transaction ID. I already have it inside the item, so do not read it. So remove one item. Much better naming. Item store. Go to this function. Remove one item. This is not a receipt item. It should be expense item. Expense item. Should be a void. There is nothing complicated here. So const remove one item expense and then state items filter out receipt ID equals to what the hell? Huh. Items or row items and receipt item ID. Is that the same? Thank you. I hope you don't feel any cringe with that. How does receipt item looks like? I'm forgetting my structures, bro. It definitely has the receipt item ID instead of the one I wanted. Okay. But I cannot really update the remove item. It's the state items. Oh, this is the state update, so forget about it. Okay. So now what do we want? We need to write a logic now. Try catch error console.log console.error removing item error, and then inside that we need to write const data equals to await. Come on, let's go to the database. Where is the database? Somewhere here. And inside these we need to write another function now. Should say export async function. Shouldn't we use like update transaction instead of update receipt, or it's fine. Yeah, update receipt item should be working. Is it better to write a standalone functions for like delete, update, and because items are typically stored in transaction? We have like update transaction. We have update transaction. Normalize tags. Okay. Probably I can deal with that. Okay. Update transaction for each transaction is the one we need. And then normalize tags, update, normalize tags, normalize tags. That's it. Equals to transaction ID and select and single yes. Updates. These are the ones I need. So what are the updates I have? partial or transactions. Okay, cool. We have to basically rebuild the transaction. The better approach should be like to pinpoint update instead of just the update. But I think if by using the, if I can reuse the data, then it would be much better. Update transaction. What do you have? Yes. Why do you have these many? It's a transaction ID. Two arguments. What are those two argument transaction ID? So item dot. I don't have a transaction ID, bro. Not true. Should be a transaction ID. Do I not have transaction IDs? Your editor, do this, non-selected, and we use a cell. Looks like I don't have the transaction ID. Okay, if in case that's just an updated, like, and these do not have IDs as well. That's fine. How can I identify then? Basically the same name and same price with just delete one. Complicated, much complicated. Update transaction. I don't really have an ID, so I don't know. So definitely I need to find the transaction then. Const transaction equals to use transaction store dot get state find transaction ID equals to again. So maybe it's better to just pass in the item. Along with the item, we need to pass transaction ID. So let's see who is using this. Receipt item dot store to exit details, and then right here we need to pass in transaction. It should be a transaction. If there is no transaction, if no transaction return, yeah. Transaction dot ID equals to transaction ID. Nice. And within the transaction ID, hey, why does it not show me? Okay, it's a transaction ID. So let's send like a transaction ID, pass in transaction ID. Ding, 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 ding. Thanks for the like, guys. Now we have the update transaction. It needs the like updates. Okay, let's let updates to use transaction. Isn't it better to just get the transaction, bro? Transaction find equals to receipt. This is not needed. Just get the entire transaction. This is transaction. Nice. If no updates, then like call update not found, and that's it. Updates, not updates, comma. This is where the game changes. Receipt items equals to filter. Receipt items. Is it receipt items? Yeah, transaction should have like a receipt items. Just to confirm, receipt items. Okay. So receipt items, item dot id equals to string. No, it should be receipt item should be a number. Okay. And okay, they're comparing with strings and then compare. Okay, nice. If it's not, then do it. Fine. Data equals to this one, and then that's when we have to update the state. So state data. What do we have here? Do we even get anything? Oh, we get an entire new transaction. So there is an update transaction, and probably it's better to call the update transaction as well. Yeah, that's much better. So use transaction get state, transaction get state, and then right here dot edit transaction. What do you have transaction? So it's just updates. What do we have here? Edit transaction set transaction dot set map equals to this one. Okay. In here the transaction is updated, but I don't think we are calling the database here. Yeah, looks like we are not really calling the database here. Const update transaction, updated transaction. It will be updated no matter what. Return. This is edit transaction. So just instead of this, type edit transaction. Done. Harish, are you using ORM for DB? No, bro. No, I'm just directly chasing things. Not that big of a thing, you know. I'm using Python. What is the use of using like a? But I have like TypeScript interfaces, so they do basically a good job for me. And the SQLs I might use is hardly 30 for adding, again 20 for editing. The filtration would be a little bit different, but I did use TypeScript for so many years. I think I can pin that down very easily without using an ORM. Again, if I use an ORM in my front end, then again that needs to be supported in the back end. Sorry, in the Expo, Android, and Expo, iOS, web. Too much complicated. Let's keep it simple. So this is a state. That's fine. And then try catch. Const data equals to await update transaction. Transaction ID equals to updated transaction. Yes. Basically, that's it. Then what? Okay, by here this thing is done, and inside here all we need to do is edit transaction. That's fine. We don't have to, I don't think we have to do this now. Edit transaction. This is what it's being called. It's a void. And does it return something? Maybe it's better to return like an updated transaction. It returns a promise of this one. Let's see inside this. It should return remove item. Am I returning something? I'm returning a void. Why is it complaining? Okay. Move on item. Okay, fine. And inside this is where the new game begins. We have to kind of update the item state. And I don't know how to do that. So within the updates, filter, basically that's it, isn't it? So this is the item, this is the item ID. I don't want that to, but these items are receipt items. This is a string and this is a number. This is where the problem is. So these are basically transaction ID. What is the pipe for that? These are like transaction ID, receipt ID. Nothing but can I see this transaction ID, a pipe, and the item ID? Okay. So it should be receipt ID equals to string. That's fine. So let's keep it as it is. And then we also need a transaction ID. Yeah, perfect. Perfect. State filter. This is item IDs which are not meant to be there. Perfect. Done. Let's deal with this. Probably, I don't know if the database would work fine because I did change the password. If it still works, then fine. Okay, import and then items. This is where we have to go to the transaction now. Don't we have a delete button there? Okay, that's the next step I have to do. Expense 12 11.5. Is it 11.5 or 12.5? 9.5, sorry. Okay, 9 9 9 27 26 9 19 9 16 5 15 15 15 11 6 5 somewhere right here. Okay, inside this I should be able to remove these. save. Does it? Oh, I don't think I have actually made the changes yet. Oh, I'm updating the entire transaction anyway. Stupid. Okay. 25 is it transaction detail handle. Okay, just remove it from the state for now. Now let's remove it just from the state and do not remove it actually from it. And when we actually press save, that's when I think it's necessary to change it. So we removed all the values and let's go to save, handle save. What is the button here? Save. This is the one. Handle save, text, save and saving. Okay, handle save. What happens here? So instead of this, obviously we need to use the store, and looks like it's receipt updates or length equals to 0 and then okay. So basically just populate the entire array and on save. What is this on save? Does it have anything to do with on save? Yeah, nothing has been done here anyway, so there's no need for this. And then the update should be directly coming within the add category. Any transaction should be the entire transaction. So argument, which what is it missing? It's missing user ID, account ID, type, and created it. Is the raw values and update only those field values. Okay. Transaction. We do not. I don't think we have to update the IDs. What is this transaction? Are we doing any changes here? No, that's fine. This is the old transaction then. So the ID, we are not changing the ID. Are we allowing to change the merchant? We are allowing to change the merchant. Okay. Amount, yes. Date. Date. Okay. Let's have to change category. Category. Yes. Okay. And then tags. Yes. Receipt items. Is there anything else we are changing? No. Basically, that's it. And edit transaction. It should be just changing those transaction, and it should be doing the edit transaction in here. Will not log. Transaction state, updating transaction ID, updated transaction. Okay. Then basically that's it. Update transaction. It would go here and it would do its thing. Normalize tags, updates, update equals to normalized tag updates. Then update. Does it have normalized tags? Whatever it is, I don't think it's a matter. Okay. Everything is saved. Is there anything else? I think it's better to have like a expo toast. Expo notifications? No. Or probably I can create my own, like a React toast instead of a one. Components. Yeah, we'll see that today. It's almost 11:25. Toast. Custom toast implementation. Okay, nice. And let's dig into the website. Okay, cool. Expenses 09995 15 Walmart 9 and then 5. This doesn't seem the one which I have. Oh, this is 2025-9-5. Is this the one? Yes. Oh, there are two transactions. My bad. So inside here, I would like to delete all of them and press. Definitely have a console log. Save. Transaction updated. These are the values. Does it have the updated values? User ID, receipt items is undefined. Undefined or null, I don't think that should be a matter. So definitely remove from the state. Let's do like a. It still has it. It still has it. Why? How does it? How do they still have it? Let's see the network call and user tags. This is the transaction. This is the patch request. These are the tags. I see the receipt. Oh, if it's undefined, probably I have to set it to no. So looks like if it's undefined, it doesn't have it. Receipt items cannot be undefined. Let's go to the state and then make sure we specify the field models, stop to do transaction store, updated store. Period, comma, receipt items. If it's there, fine. If not, just set it to. But why would it cause an issue? Wouldn't be causing an issue. Okay, it's a Walmart transaction, Supercenter, and the date starts from 2025. Is it 2025? 9. January, February, March, April, May, June, July, September, October, November, December. I I don't know. Let's scroll it down. 959595. Yes. And these are the transaction. I delete whatever I want. I press save. Looks like this is the one I have. Expense render start. Okay. What are the receipt items I have? Receipt items is undefined. Yeah, but when I'm saving it, those are the things should be saved. Update transaction inside here. Uh, just doing it. Super base transactions, normalized transaction. Probably, maybe I do not have the permission to. Network. What do we have? Action. Receipt ID is null this time. Let's see. Now it's working. Then why is that thing didn't work? Okay, this works fine. So Walmart. A command with Walmart Supercenter. Okay, and then 959. Yes. Okay. Uh, things are deleted. Let's try for the HTML. This is the last one. 95. Okay. Sorry. Let's open it inside VS Code process. We do not see the price for some reason. Damn it. So let's see process HTML. What do we have? HTML. Okay, we have item price in the UI. So this thing is not getting updated. Probably it still has like item total price. Okay, if this is not the one, which is this component? Name price category. Name price category tags remove. Probably this is not the one. HTML input model. This is the model. There are okay. Once I press process, disable processing HTML, and then after that, what happens? If result set extract extracted items, these are the one I wanted. Extracted items, OCR preview, yeah, wonderful. And inside here, do we have remove? Perfect. And this is where the price begins. I'm absolutely seeing the errors already. Okay. Item price, and then item price, item price, item price, item price. Perfect. Is what is the other error? Okay, this is an expense item. Then it should definitely be item price. Is missing item ID. This is a complicated section, so let's basically have this one. Would it work fine? So if by any means I need an item ID, then we have to define an item ID. Create item. How can I set up an item ID here? So when we get all the items, we have to pass in the item ID as well, which is basically the index values. I do not know how. Items set local items. So these are the local items, and probably I might need to do this. And then let id injected items to item id equals to item id plus index dot one. Yep, perfectly fine. Nice. Now basically these values have ids. Then new item id equals to uh, I think this one might be the problem. Max of okay, fine. Hello custom item id, and then you see the values. What happens if I press add all items? I do see the ice and I press save. What happens now? Patch visit items, item ID 1, 2. Wonderful. Let's go to our databases. Let's do a fresh, and we should see what is the value for one. Item ID 1, perfect. And then see here, and we should be seeing view cell content. It's item ID 1, 2, 3 total price item. There is no stupid bunch of things. Working fine. Awesome. 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 Except obviously this thing we are what was the screen we pressed add items? Didn't we use strange, very strange. So when we are updating the transactions, we should also take a responsibility to update those states. Okay, no worries. So what do we have here? Transactions. Okay, transaction details, OCR preview. Once we have the preview, we save all. This is the where I press save. This is the handle save. This is I think this is the one I press save. And here I am using the state to update the transaction. Once I'm updating the transaction, I have to obviously handle the items. So for now, use item, you see the item store, fetch items. Best case, but how can I actually update those values? That's the next question. I have no idea how can I. The mobile, beautiful as expected. Can change the UI. Yeah, it's not that friendly anymore. Instead of a table, I think it's better to have something else. Yeah, I can work on the item section next. Items, as the moment every transaction gets updated, we are fetching the items. We are not fetching rules. We are not fetching item store, receipt items dot store. But when those are updated, we are fetching those. But maybe we can only fetch the new values, which makes sense. Hey, not HR. Good evening, bro. It's almost 1 minute to 12. I'm thinking instead of fetching obviously all, we might just need to fetch those which are like fetch items, and let's say if provided transaction ID, not a mandatory. Provider get all receipt items or constant data equals to for a given transaction. Yeah, that's much better. Transaction ID equals to a string, and yeah, basically the same, but it's just select. Do we have a where clause? Oh, it's equal. Okay. If transaction equals, yeah, wonderful. Yeah, that's it. Remove an item. Where's the transaction store? The transaction stores fetch items. So we only updated one transaction, so we just have to get that related transaction for that. All right, it's 12 now. I think I have done a much progress today. Feeling good. The app looks fine in the mobile. Still some work needs to be done. We gotta work on the Yeah, we need to work on the expenses screen. In the web, it looks beautiful, but hey, good morning, bro. I did read your message. Not HR. Everything's okay. Oh, you're sending good morning now. I thought. Nice. Why did I move this? Welcome to the stream. I am almost done. Have to go brush my teeth, go to sleep, get ready for tomorrow. Made good progress. Expenses leaked. Yeah, those are the only. I don't care. You can read all my expenses. The fuel stuff. So yeah, this is the one I wanted for a long time. I press this. I see the transactions. I can do whatever I want. There might still need a lot of what do you call it? Development stuff yet to be done. But I want the data to be like updates, ads, and DDs to be working as expected. So let's try for the expenses like browse filters. It should be Walmart Supercenter, Collegedale. Yeah, and I press twice because the keyboard is there here. Let me use the mobile phone here. So I have 68 transactions now, and inside the one which I see 5, and these are the items. Perfectly fine. Wonderful boy. Wonderful. Let's update the dates, probably. You're still streaming? Yeah, I'm about to close. I was just testing on my phone, bro. Looks beautiful. I'm proud of my work. They say beautiful. Yeah, gotta work on this item screen. Probably have the universal style so that this table, this looks beautiful in the web, but obviously we do not have this much of real estate inside the mobile phone, so we have to work on that section now. And again, tables are pain in mobile screen, anyways. All right. Until then, see you guys tomorrow. Peace, bro. Peace out. Thanks for joining. Thanks for 14 to 15 likes. Thank you, Manish, Harish, Cranky, whoever joined. Thanks for the subscribe, Cranky. Oh, you're still watching, bro. Nice. I was just, what do you call it? Saying my buys. Siddhan, good to have Siddhan back today after a long time. We got Prajwal too. He was consistent. Rahul joined, new subscriber or viewer. Subhash was the first viewer today. Right. Bye bye. See you again tomorrow, boys. Peace. Have a good day.